Well, at least that's that dungeon out of the way.
The final dungeon is at hand.
About that. So, hey, do you guys like detours?
Well,
Okay, it's eventually at
detour
hand.
away.
So just for the sake of showing it and all of its uselessness, I decided to hop on down here and show you just how pointless it is to come down to the lower right section of Death Mountain.
Yes.
I guess it's another way to climb the mountain, since you can hookshot across this broken bridge to get over here from the bottom, but it's a lot faster to just climb the left side of the mountain.
I think this is another thing they fixed in like Between Worlds, because there's actually stuff in this area.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like these screens only exist to finish the map. So you guys ready for a complete and total mind screw?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so remember, we entered from the lowermost cave and have fallen down a pit. Those two facts are very important. Okay, so there's a reason for coming down here if you have treasure chest completionism OCD.
Not that the game tracks that.
It doesn't. I want statistics! Also, I guess you can count this as a benefit. There's a shop in here.
A shop that doesn't
Oh.
have anything
Hi.
useful.
Also, no shop music. I've only heard the shop music a couple of times this playthrough. Graceful. So, I just want to point out, look at the cave we exit from after going at the lowermost cave and falling down a hole.
Yeah?
Huh.
We exit from a cave that's up a ledge from the cave that we entered.
Obviously, there are
Perspective.
some ramps in there somewhere that 2D can't properly show.
It's like, yeah, past me, it's just like my head is exploded just now.
That is really weird.
Random times mip blocks here, just in case you come here early, because this is the one that you can actually get up the mountain on.
Death Mountain is wheelchair accessible in some areas.
Also, here's another small instance of the dark world bleeding through into the light world, just because jellyfish.
Oh.
Here we have the maze of holes that you can fall into.
James Sunderland would love this place.
I can't see the bottom. Should we jump in? Yes!
A Silent Hill game with this camera angle would be pretty weird.
I mean, it would be. Oh, hey, yeah, that's the point of that cave is to get you back to that one cave that was the checkpoint in Turtle Rock.
Oh.
Oh.
'Cause yeah, that little cave that we just wound up at, that's where it would have been, and you could teleport there and get back into the dungeon after going to buy some green potions or whatever you want.
There's an unopened treasure chest right there.
I can't reach it! It's too
Fix
high.
it.
Oh,
No.
you can't in this side of the cave, you have to go in elsewhere.
It's probably nothing useful.
Experience the Z-axis!
Yes.
By which I mean experience the invincibility frames you have when jumping. Experience the blocking sprites.
Experience that annoying enemy getting in the way.
You can't kill them. You can try everything you want. You can't kill them.
I think you can kill them in Link Between Worlds.
Can't even kill them with the hammer.
I think that might...
Hey Shaq, do you like Link Between Worlds?
Maybe.
Someday I'll have a capture card for the 3DS and I will stream that game, but not right now.
It's one of the few games that I liked enough to basically do the New Game Plus equivalent immediately.
Helps that.
I need to get back to it and do that sometime.
Hey, do you like circles?
Not as much as I like Link
I
Between
love
Worlds.
Well, we're going through the dizzy dial now, so... Also, we can fall down this hole! There it is! Yay!
The treasure chest!
50 more rupees I can't hold!
Put them in your bank account.
Into the bank account!
Use them to pay off Tom Nook later.
Hey, well, viewers! See if you can figure out how many rupees I would have had if that counter wasn't limited.
Oh god.
Don't tempt them, someone in the comments will do that.
Okay, that'll be your homework assignment for tonight.
More like a homework assignment for the next month.
Carefully adding, But yeah, there's a portal to the Dark World here if you want to go this way. It's kind of demonstrating that almost all the cave entrances are gone in the Dark World.
Huh.
I mean, there's those two there. And that's it. There's nothing else. It's just those two.
Is it just me, or do those piles of rocks kind of look like overdone pancakes bleeding syrup?
They do, sort of.
With the little rock on top being a big slab of butter.
They are death pancakes.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Death pancakes for Death Mountain!
Dire pancake!
Yes, dire pancake! The right one's just a store, so... You can go in that thin path if you want to, but you'll just reach a spot that you can't deal with. Oh man, it's time for another Falling Down Holes maze!
Heck yeah?
Falling Down Holes!
You know what this game needs? It needs the Rock's Feather.
I love the Rock's Feather. It allows you to do so many different
More
shenanigans.
games need the Rock's Feather.
Yeah,
We want
Serious.
uppies.
if I do another Zelda game anytime soon, it's definitely being Link's Awakening, by the way.
Alright.
That's a pretty good one. I liked it.
I like that game a lot.
I played it a little bit recently. I haven't done the 4th dungeon yet.
Falling Down Holes! You must realize all the holes they must fall down to obtain even more rupees than which I cannot hold. But all in all, the whole purpose of this is to climb the mountain. So you climb the mountain by going up and going down and going up and going down and going up and going down and finally going up.
I see. Or you could just do it in a much easier way.
Also, here's another enemy type that you can deal with the Mirror Shield.
God, I hate those enemies in Link Between Worlds, at least.
In this game, all you have to do is grab your Mirror Shield and just kind of walk up to them, because their AI just makes them walk away from you, and they have a fair bit of a recovery time each time that they fire. They use that fireball, so...
Ganon's Disco Palace!
Avoiding the front entrance because I want to show everything else first! Hi guys! I got up here now! And if you go over here, you will find... absolutely nothing!
Yay!
Yay!
Amazing!
So the bully decided to send us a cameo and try to unlock Ganon's palace. Well, I guess he didn't. I'm thinking ahead. But first, we must open Ganon's tower. Oh, there he is.
Hi there!
I'm
Wait,
all...
what? Oh.
I'm opening the palace, Paul.
He looks pleased.
It's like, oh man, something's actually happening up there. Cool. We've been stuck here for all eternity.
Where's the other guy?
I guess the bully lost him. Hey there, ball dude. Hey there, ball dude. You want to play ball? You want to play ball? You want to play ball? Have a ball. Here's a ball.
Maybe the ball is happy because the other guy's not there kicking him around.
But let us enter Ganon.
So hey, the good news, we're in the final dungeon. The bad news, look at how long the video is still.
25 minutes. By the way, this kind of big dungeon, and just pray to the Ganon overlords before going through here. Now, while the up staircase looks very fancy, you'll be blocked off before long.
Do you remember how to ram your face into walls and torches?
So, upon playing this place several times, because trust me, this did not go on the first recording, there's a lot of references to older dungeons in this place.
Makes
a lot of
sense.
references.
It's like the traditional thing to do for a final area is like a game and review
Pretty much.
deal.
Like the first room, of course, was a reference to the Desert Palace of Ramen, the key off the pedestal there. This one's just, it's a hookshot room. They all look the same. So this room's kind of naughty. Those different things will all shoot whenever you swing your sword, so screw that.
Yeah.
Only when you swing your sword? Huh.
Yep, I'll demonstrate that here in a minute, but... By the way, this place is absolute crazy for the chest-opening OCD people.
But this game doesn't track that, so you don't need to be that OCD.
But you might wander into the dungeon later and it will have a closed chest!
Why would you go back?
I don't know, but there might be a closed chest!
Calm down.
I'm the kind of
Everything
person
is
who
fine.
probably would do that.
Nothing is ruined.
Everything is ruined. Oh man, so who wants to reference Skull Woods?
I think the dungeon's done that before already.
Yeah, also, well, this one's kind of more similar to the Tower of Hera, honestly. But anyways. Every time you step on the pedal.
But I mean, come on, you know me in completion. You saw the end of Battle Network 2. I had to go back and get that last mystery data after the project was over.
By the way, you can do that, or you can just do this.
As you demonstrated in
That
the
works.
previous video.
Yeah, the magical boomerang's kind of OP. You can do the same thing here.
Probably one of the most underrated items. Because I didn't think of those
Clack, 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 clack.
shenanigans.
This room, it makes our favorite sound.
The panels there look kind of like a cheeky smiley face. A little bit.
Okay, so then there's this room.
Kinda do,
If
yeah.
you want to avoid getting smashed in the face, make sure to pay attention to which side the fireballs are closest to, so you know where to position yourself. Because their hitboxes are a little bit interesting, as is most of them in this game. Oh, and they seem to desync when they
right.
go off screen, which that doesn't help. Such as demonstrated here.
Phew.
Teleporter maze!
Oh man, I love teleporter
Hope you really like that
mazes.
sound.
I do kind of like that sound, to be honest.
It's kind of a silly sound.
Hey, a bombable wall that's not actually fake, I guess?
Yeah, I'm just like, this is a red herring, is it? Speaking of red herrings.
Bind the switch.
Okay, I'll look around as this one.
I guess that's another Skullwoods reference, kind of, with the wall exploding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
a
only
little bit.
place that this happens. It's like we
They
made
do-
this effect.
They do enjoy Skullwoods, I think.
Also,
Congratulations, you blew up a wall, have all the bombs.
and arrows! Bombs and arrows for everybody! So I'm pretty sure I take the horribly wrong route through this teleporter maze.
But it's a teleporter maze, how can you really know what the right route is?
Well, I think it's, yeah, it's this way. I'm going the right way! Do it, me! Go the right way!
Whenever I think of teleporter mazes in video games, I always think of Sabrina's gym first.
Same here. And I always think of my solution to it. Just keep going in the lower corner that I'm facing at the time. Eventually you'll get to her.
Yep, that's basically what I do. I always go in the same direction until it works.
Okay, this room. So, as the enemies are hinting here, there are invisible floors.
Yes.
Now,
Ah, yes.
I'm sure there's a way to hit the lantern that reveals the floors to do this the smart way, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to do with that right there. But you see, past me is not very bright. Also, this is the way I've always done it when I've done this in the past anyways, so I hope you guys like flashing screens, because it's ether time.
Hooray.
If you can hit that torch with the fire rod from anywhere else, and then you'll be able to light up the whole path. But if you don't know how, then you can just do this, and have a good time. And have a good
So
time.
there are two ways to do this. It's either or.
Ah ha ha!
Oh,
Well done.
I'm surrounded by pun masters. And this little demo.
Also, is it just me, or does the Triforce emblem on the wall there kind of look like it would be a logo for, like, a billiard hall?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
That's triangle-shaped billiard tables. Hey guys, which floor is the real one? If I mean real one, I mean the one that will actually get blown up.
One of them looks slightly different than the others.
You are correct!
Hooray, I am basic video game logic.
A little bit of praying to the Ganon statue, and let's do this. So having the silver arrows by the time you come here is rather amusing for this here almost refight.
Oh, they put ice physics in this room too.
Oh, more ice physics.
So, you know, the sword's still not very effective against them, so... One shot, one shot. One shot,
It's a shooting gallery.
one shot, one
Every
shot.
Zelda game needs a few shooting galleries in it.
Well, there was the shooting gallery minigame earlier.
That's why I said a few, and not just one.
Big key! Okay, so we've been rummaging about the bottom floor, and I think at this point we found everything except the compass. But this dungeon is far from the door! Get in there!
Get in the door!
Well, hey, I haven't seen one of these in a while.
Hurry fairies, I guess.
You gotta wait patiently if you want to capture them in a bottle.
Just hovering over the pit, going tee-hee, tee-hee.
Okay, let's improve our outfit!
Fashion change! It's
Yeah, that's a little better.
I very
still
much...
pretty ridiculous.
At least the purple hat looks better than the yellow one.
Yeah.
So, I could just use my key on that door, but I have this obsession with not using redundant keys.
Oh, jeez. I just realized that now Link has a red suit with green sleeves. He's a Christmas elf.
Still got the lime green gloves and the reddish boots and...
I'm good at pulling levers! I almost ran backwards into this.
What have you done?
I discovered that we have to use arcane weapon.
Obviously, we need some color palettes in Smash Bros. Based off his armors in this game.
Guys.
Oh, God.
Guys. It's another of
Honey?
these rooms.
Oh no. But also with hands!
Yeah, I could hide in the door, except... certain people can get you in the door. The good old ceiling master there is one of them.
Ah, yes.
I'm still annoyed that they're not actually called ceiling masters ever. When that's basically where they mostly hang out.
Yeah, really.
This room actually costs...
Yet they're named after every house surface other than the ceiling.
So why are you still in here if the door is open?
Remember, that was a redundant key that I just used, one that I could have used elsewhere. Also, these fairies are totally helping
you're
cause
going to get
slowdown.
rewarded for this.
Yes. This is one of the most annoying tile rooms in the game, but it's done now. Give me that key. So, about that Skull Woods.
More Skullwoods! Everyone loves Skullwoods. This dungeon has as much Skullwoods in it as Skullwoods has entrances.
Pretty much.
It's like the entire bottom floor is Skull Woods for some reason, except for that one little bit of the Desert Palace. I mean, really, can we get more Skull Woods than this? I might as well just show off what's over here. This is a really tricksy sliding block puzzle if you're feeling ambitious.
You actually get anything worthwhile out of it?
Not really.
It doesn't look like it.
I mean, look at this. You can desperately try to find which block you can actually push. But that fire bar's constantly in the way, and the good old ceiling master here is always being a pain.
Yeah, kinda.
It's like, which one is it? Which one is it? It's this one! Which means you can push this one sideways, and I think eventually I'm just like, screw it. Come on past me. You can do it. You can say screw it. There you go. Screw it!
There we go. That works.
There's your reward, and I just burned magic to get down in the first place.
Wow, really?
Yep. It's not even a key. Like some of the hardest maneuvers you have to do in this entire dungeon. And it's worthless. Speaking of
That's pretty terrible.
fancy maneuvers.
They only stay lit for a limited time.
Yeah, you gotta do it pretty fast.
Alright. That's what I figured.
You know, I don't think I've ever just demonstrated killing these guys with the fire rod. Do you know that seems to heavily decrease the magic that goes through? And you can't cheese this one, you actually have to use the bomb. Thankfully that explosion hitbox goes on for like ever.
The explosion hitbox continues to move along the treadmill. Conveyor belt. Whatever.
Game physics.
Especially this game physics.
Hi, Skullwoods! Again.
Hey, how's it going?
It's even the compass again! This is even worse! It was the compass in Skullwoods, too!
Wow.
So much deja vu in this dungeon. And some of this! Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty rude hiding keys in pots like that.
yeah, but you can't get out of the room without it, so... So, this is kind of more of a... I don't know, it's just one of these crumbling tile rooms, so let's just do this.
That works.
This is the Palace of Darkness, or whatever the first Dark World dungeon was called.
The room layout's more similar to where you get the cane of block making, though.
I guess.
Pull the statue away so you can reveal the solution.
Perspective.
Perspective. Oh, hey, more invisible floors.
You missed.
My accuracy remains true in this place. I am the most majestic of lantern users. And in the end, it just leads us back here. Alright then, now that we have the compass, the map, and the big key, let's actually start the dungeon. Look at the size of that first floor compared to everything else.
That is a huge first floor.
It gets us all of our dungeon items, so now we can finally actually climb the tower. Anti-fairies, man. Just get out of my way.
You're pretty glad that you figured out you could do that, I'm guessing.
It's very helpful, thank you.
I'm glad that I could teach you something about this game you didn't know.
Something incredibly useful for this type of run.
Yeah, pretty much.
This room, it definitely exists.
It does indeed.
I just want to charge my sword. Obvious solution.
Of course.
It's one of those Zelda games that doesn't really have puzzles per se. Except for like that Ice Island one. There's a couple of legit puzzles.
It's mostly
Aren't you glad
like...
that those color switches don't phase you out onto the spikes?
Yeah, kinda happy for that, although I wish I could walk on them like in Link's Awakening. This guy decided to be cooperative.
You know what game you can walk on them in?
I'm just not even saying it at this point. So these guys are easier to deal with just because you can block their fireball now.
But you can't block the Beamos lasers with the mirror shield, right?
No, you can't, and I really wish you could.
Did you try to do that?
Yep. Ah!
And how many statues of himself does Ganon have?
Quite a few.
All of them.
More of our favorite sound.
The most musical room.
Gee, I wonder what will happen if you hit that switch.
I have
hey,
no
it's,
idea.
It's these guys.
Oh hey,
like
it's the
second
light
time-
world enemies in the dark world.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
why
like, hey, it's Zelda students. We haven't seen them in ages. Pest pot toss. Oh god, there's even more trap back there now.
Ah!
That brief moment of silence, and you go up the staircase. Okay, and now we're referencing the the desert palace one. By the way, I couldn't figure out how to do this for the longest
yeah.
time, but
Oh.
I forgot that they actually had a thing where doing that had a purpose.
yep, there's
What?
actually a purpose for crashing into a wall. The reward is not the greatest, but hey, it's a magic refill, so I'll take it. Oh. It gives you the bomb to replace the one that you use, and a magic refill to replace your magic. Okay, so, enemies in review.
Oh, of course, this part's fun.
Maybe on a treadmill for convenient location. Yeah, we're gonna be channeling some serious Desert Palace vibes because BMO's everywhere!
Hey,
So
hey, look, we
basically,
programmed
this is
the
the
Beamos
part
to
of
work
the
on the
dungeon
conveyor
that's
belts,
like the
guys.
inevitable Kirby level that just has every single minor enemy.
Sort of.
There's
Also
always
good.
one of those, and there's always a boss rush.
Frickin' BMO's on conveyor belts with spikes in the middle of the room.
Shit.
Yeah, screw this.
They're coming for you.
Slow down caused by cane of invincibility projectile. OCD pots.
I wish
Oh,
the
this-
Beamos could shoot each other.
This room's kind of easy.
Oh.
More ice physics.
And this is another, yeah, not even trying room. I love this cane. It makes everything so much easier than it should be. Slow down. Hey, it's a bunny thing. This is kind of hanging out. There's no danger in the room. That's just there to be annoying. Oh, hey,
Somebody say boss rush, because this is the closest as we'll get, really.
I can finally demonstrate. The ice rod
much.
completely murders these things.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it does.
That's cool.
Yep, you can get the ice rod after you grab the power glove, so if you're having a hard time with the dungeon boss, well, you can go get a better item for dealing with it.
And when I said that was cool, I didn't mean it was ice pun related, goddammit. That's why I hate ice puns, because you have to change your vocabulary if you're talking about ice-related things.
So for the first time in an eternity, I'm actually low on magic.
Yes, you are.
It's one downside of killing them with the ice rod instead of just using the sword, because at this point, the level 4 sword kills them almost as fast anyways. But I need to be able to see the floor! Thank you, Hard, for showing me where the floor is. This doesn't look like a Pegasus food spot. I had the red Dark World Knights. We hadn't seen those until this dungeon.
Yeah.
New minor enemy as part of the final dungeon.
Don't think I ever noticed that they weren't anywhere else.
Also, the Wizrobe's got a sprite swap for some reason.
They have skull heads.
Yeah, looks like they're wearing cow skulls.
Easiest room. I have no magic.
You have a green potion.
Uh-oh.
I have 3 green potions, but I want to continue not using them because there is something seriously wrong with me.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I have a hard time using my resources. I just don't want.
I've gotten a lot better about using my resources in video games.
Phase log it.
Phase lock it.
Okay, that's not the best example of using resources well.
Oh god! Oh god!
Yeah!
I have magic refill. Oh, convenient! Okay, you gotta have quick legwork here if you don't want to end up in the pit.
At least it's not a death pit.
Yeah, the lower right one torch is the most important since you quickly lose access to that. Why is there treasure chests everywhere, Ro?
Because they want to just pick at that OCD tendency.
You're just full of bombs!
By the way, if you didn't know, you can pick up and throw bombs by pressing the A button, as the game is telling us even now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they really want to pound that into your head at this point.
At least it's like the shortest tutorial text box in the history of anything.
Well, at least it's not like getting told about single rupees every time you turn the game on. So there was demonstrating that the rotating fireball there is not able to be destroyed with magic powders, unfortunately. I managed to resist some skull OCD. Oh hey, it's this jerk. Ready for revenge?
No matter what you try,
Bouncy.
there's nothing that you can do to hit him from the higher up area. In
Thankfully,
any instance of his existence.
Thankfully, he dies really easily. Also, I'm not showing the bottom floor. It's just an enemy-filled room. That's all it is.
I think that's a bigger arena than the one you fought him in originally, also.
Yeah, it's a little more treacherous.
That seems like it.
Yeah. It's kind of an awkward shape. Also, more ice physics.
Ice physics and conveyor belts. If this game
Together at last.
If this game got ruder, it would introduce, like, the control reversing gimmick at this point.
So the ice panels actually help us out a lot in this room in that they kind of stop your momentum.
Momentum in this game is pretty weird.
Which makes sense. Not.
Hey! Boss battle time. Hey guys. Boss battle time.
Are you gonna do it?
It's time
Boss
for the
battle time.
rematch against, whatever. Yeah. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Link!
I've brought your secret weakness!
Well, we already determined he's a Christmas elf.
Exactly.
So, if you just use the sword, this battle is extremely easy because you can just keep firing off all three. Like, the clones will always shoot the projectile that you need. That's the big thing. So you can just, like, launch the ever-living hell out of those
Oh,
into
yeah.
them. But when you're using the Bugman, it's a little more difficult because you don't have nearly as much control over your angle. Also, he was being excessively cooperative this time.
This is a boss with there are multiple clones of me gimmick that actually makes it really easy to tell which one's the clone.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All they
And,
fired
well, that's
was,
that.
They only fired the correct projectile, not even a sprint shot. Oh no, it's the ghost of Ganon, and I want to catch this bat so badly. Come here. You must go in my bottle.
Quick, release the good bee.
Oh man, that action pose. Oh, hey, the weather-
Ganon is both a pig, a man, and a bat.
So somehow the weathercock followed us into the dark world there.
Oh well, of course.
Yeah.
According to that chicken in a jar, that's the duck's name is the weathercock.
Well, it was previously a weathercock before you turned it into a duck.
Yes.
Well, we'll just have to name it that. It's our pet named Weathercock. But this is the gateway to the final battle.
Alright.
Which is
Well,
next time.
Yeah, this video's already over a half hour. We'll do that later.